terms of major accomplishments, I would put them into two categories that I think about. One is practical. So practically, we install electricity in the school and computers, and are trying always to have practical impacts on raising teacher skills, for example, or addressing real problems. So one problem was that with the issues around COVID, we wanted to make sure that the students had access to ways to stay hand washing and cleanliness. And so one of our volunteers and we got together a group and Nancy Bloom, and she got a project going where the teachers are making soap and now the students have soap. So we want to be a practical organization. And the second impact, I would say, is around hope. That I think this is a community that really has felt forgotten and isolated, and it's in a very impoverished area. And I think their expectations about what can be done to improve conditions in the community and the school are definitely going up.
We have already accomplished setting up what I call a lab school, like a place where we can try out new ideas, innovations that come from within that community, that come from the teachers, the headmaster, the families, even the children themselves at the school, where we test out programs and interventions that are both innovative and cost effective, that are already improving both the health and the educational outcomes for that educational community. And this is in one of the poorest neighborhoods, one of the poorest regions of the country. And if we can do this at Giber school, it's going to have a multiplier effect beyond that school. And I think we're already on our way.
I'm really struck by the amount of connection that we have created. It is a place that is so geographically far away from a lot of the people that are working on this project. And in a time when a lot of people are feeling isolated and not connected, it is unbelievable how we have connected to these people who really had no connection to the world, and that's what we're creating, is connection. And I think that's how we're making that hope that David was talking about. The people are feeling seen and heard clearly, and it is, I think, helpful to everybody involved, not just them, but equally to us who are able to create some service and create a community.
Our major priorities for next year, I mean, one is always to continue what we're doing, right? So we've got classes to raise teacher skills in computers and English that Leslie and others have been overseeing. But I think our challenge in next year is to also bring more direct interactions with the students over the computers and bring our build on our base there. But I would say the other two priorities are really connected to health. One is we've discovered that through our community health worker that we employed and is now assessed over 330 children, that malnutrition in the group of students and that can lead to stunting and other issues is at potentially around 40%. So at the urging of the community there, our focus is going to be on creating a chicken farm, and we also would love to look at doing a garden to address the malnutrition issues while our community health worker continues to expand his efforts to reach out to the community, the students, and the families. And I think that's probably, our biggest priority.
One of the things that brought me to Move Up Global, and the thing that I think is really different, is this idea of joining health initiatives with education and using a school as a community hub, which is really already there, but really leveraging the community of a school to make improvements. And so we have really solidified some acute plans on the health side, both in health screenings and the STEM program and this malnutrition efforts. And then I love the idea of sort of extending that so that we have this idea of if students and the community is healthier, they are able to come to school ready to be successful. And then on the other side, thinking a little bit sort of medium long term of really getting the school to modernize and be prepared when those students come ready to have really strong educational systems to deliver a really amazing product to them and make these people successful in a really modern globalized world. You know, we talked about connecting them to a world that has so many opportunities and resources. And what Move Up Global is really, their vision is to come from both sides to really get the community healthy and able to be successful and be ready, and then to deliver a product that is really stellar. So then being able to talk to the teachers and say, okay, let's give you some tools to modernize how you're teaching, to really have competency-based learning and this new idea of kind of student-based, activity-based learning. And then it's really up to the people themselves to lift themselves to their highest potential, which I've already seen is really high. So they just need a little bit of help to get them to their highest potential.
You have assembled a fantastic team of volunteers, both board members here in the United States, in Rwanda, and beyond the board, a whole array of other volunteers, university affiliated, community affiliated, and beyond. Each one bringing a different set of skills and talents that come together to create this organization called Move Up Global. So for me, it's, it's exciting and it's an honor to be part of that team. And that's a big motivation for anybody. You want to enjoy the people you work with. I'm particularly interested in institution building. That's sort of my thing. And I honestly want to be a part of an effort to see it expand throughout the whole country. It's a big motivating factor.
I would say a couple of different reasons. One is having been to Rwanda, a beautiful country, and how energized the people are there. It is very motivating to work with a community in Giber and a group in Reme, our partner organization, who are motivated, excited, and challenged in a good way, not feeling hopeful about the future. And I think the other thing for me is it's one thing to just send a check, but it is also very nice these days, and it is possible in smaller organizations like ours to feel closer to the impact that you're having. So I think one of the things that Move Up Global offers me and other people is a chance to feel like I can get involved in a project. I can help nurture that project and make a difference. And so I see us as an organization that will have many, many projects, even though we've got some organized structure. It's set up in a way to allow all of us to, at this stage, connect with the people that are in Rwanda, who are very rewarding group to connect to.
Right. It's been a very, very personal journey for me over the past 6 months, but in a place where I was feeling very closed off and feeling like humans around me were very contentious and disconnected and focused on their differences. This suddenly was this place where I was able to see a community that really reminded me what humanity is. And I every day have been struck by how much I have and how much I have that I don't necessarily need, right? I have everything that I could possibly need and more. And I came into contact with a community where people don't have what they need, just basic things that they need. And the differences between that have really struck me. And I know that that is based on nothing besides the luck of where I was born. It's not about my skills. It's not about, you know, personality or what I've done. It's the luck that I was born in a certain place and they were born in a different place. And what I have learned from their joy and their perseverance has given me much more than I have given them so far. My belief in education and the power of education to change humans and to change the world is what drives me. I really truly believe that education can change someone's trajectory in life. So if we as an organization can educate people how to lift themselves up, that is really why we're all here. So I'm very grateful for this journey. And I think there is something in this group that is just a little touch of magic. And the way that we can bring that little spark of magic to this place across the world, I don't know how it's happening. And I think it's really taught me also that it's okay if you are wanting to get involved, it's okay to be specific about what you can and cannot do. I've even over the past month had people say, I do just want to give you a check and be done. Okay. And I've had people say, I want to give a check, but I want to make sure it's going to something and I want to see what the result of it is. And I said, okay. And then I have people saying, I'm not in a place that I can give a check right now. Keep me informed, put me on a newsletter. I'd love to hear what you're doing. Okay. And also, everybody has specific skills, things that they enjoy. I would say really be true to the things that give you joy and passion. And we definitely can help you, you know, decide how that will help us. But as we grow, we can use all sorts of skill sets. And one of the things I do want to do is kind of start to post things that we might need. So keep coming back, keep asking questions and learning about us and grow with us.